Welcome to everybody. Today I'm going to talk about 21st century skills for primary. Talk a little bit, not too much, about the theory and the background to some of these skills. But the main thing today that I'm hoping to do is to give you some ideas for some practical things to do in classroom with your students. So if you think you know one or more of those missing words, can you write them in the chat box? Which words are missing? Good. So let's have a look what the actual definition is. Okay, so 21st century skills are a set of abilities that students need to develop in order to succeed in the information age. So it's the job, I think, of parents, teachers, to help our young people develop these skills. And here I've got two photographs. And I simply would like you to have a look at the two photos and then in the chat box write something that you think is different about these pictures and something that you think is the same. Very often in class books we talk about differences, but we don't always talk about what's the same. Okay, so this is an activity where we can talk about both of those things. So exactly, both of the pictures show bridges. In one it's daytime, one it's nighttime. Obviously these pictures are probably not appropriate or particularly exciting for primary age pupils, but I would say that you could probably use any two pictures from your course book to do this activity. So even, for example, if you have 5 minutes at the end of the class, or if you have some fast finishers, maybe you could give the fast finishers two pictures. Maybe you could keep a collection of pictures and get them to choose any two. And then maybe they have to write down 3 things that are the same, 3 things that are different, something like this. You give them instructions of what to draw. You give them some support, but make sure it's not too prescribed, because you need some freedom for using their own imagination. I gave these two texts as a trial to some primary age children, and they came up with these drawings. So the brilliant thing about this is that they all have, or the first 3 at least, have the same basic elements, but then there will be different things that they will have decided and used their imagination on their own.